It helps a lot. Coach Thompson knows what he's doing. We put in the work because we know everybody else is working.
It's extremely important, being in here, being able to get some conditioning, some lifting in is super important, especially playing baseball where we play 50 games. Your body's got to be ready. It's got to be strong. You got to be able to throw hard. You got to be able to hit the ball hard. So, yeah, super important.
I feel like it's important to be in the weight room just because it's more of like a mental thing, like waking up at the morning at 6 a.m., getting in here. Not very many people will do that. So I feel like it's more mental than physical. But then it's also important just to stay explosive, stay powerful, translate to the field. You don't want to get too bulky. You just want to get explosive, powerful movements, help, hit the ball farther, run a little faster and things like that.
Oh, it's extremely important. It helps with your endurance on the court. It helps with your strength in any sort of position, whether you're staying low in defense because you're in a squat during the whole entire play, and then you get a few seconds rest in between. So it's really important to have strength and endurance throughout the entire thing to make sure you're still jumping as high as you can as you're hitting, and you're pushing out every set without being fatigued with just this kind of motion.
So my biggest thing is I'm trying to be as athletic as possible. I could be playing 7 out of the 9 positions. So I don't know where I'm going. It could be mid-game, end of the game. So I got to be ready at all times.
Well, getting in the weight room really helps with your strength and everything, and it's really important, but it also helps not getting injured, and coming in the weight room means that you can be on the court at your best ability without being injured and having injuries on the court.
It's important to come in here and work on strength in your legs and your arms to be able to finish at the rim with contact, having strength to go up and finish and run throughout a course of a game. Just keep your legs under you.
I feel like it translates a lot because, when you're on the road, 50 games a year, you're waking up, you're traveling, you're playing 4 games that weekend, you're traveling back, going to class in the morning, and then going to lift in the mornings. After probably about 20, 25 games in, it starts taking a toll on you, mentally and physically. So I feel like in the off season, that's where you got to work in here, wake up, work on that mental game, and then work on the physical part. That way you're 30 games in and your body's feeling pretty much brand new still. So I feel like it's huge for in season.
So I think the biggest thing is being able to, your work ethic, and coming in here, you can tell the difference between the guys that get after it in the weight room and the guys who don't. And that's the biggest thing, because if they're putting in the work here, they're going to be putting in the work at home over summer break, over Christmas break, and it's ultimately going to make the team better.
Weight room is key. If you don't come to the weight room, you're not going to be able to translate it onto the field.
I think having the mindset and the self-discipline really helps with especially in volleyball when it's next point, next set. It's if you're able to get up every morning and come to the weight room, then you can be able to go to the next point, next set, next play.
I think mentally, when you're in here grinding with your teammates for hours, it just kind of gives you that edge to know that the man next to you has been going hard with you all off season. So when you're on the field, it's just second nature. You have total faith in the guy next to you.
To push each other in the weight room really helps us push each other out there on the court. We do have small numbers this year, so it helps to know that we can get through a workout in the weight room and then bring the strength that we gain in here onto the court.
It really just paints the whole picture, helping everything come together.
It sets a good example for the younger guys.
I think it's one of the biggest building blocks out there for any college athlete in order to be successful.
You got to win in here. Weight room is key. You can't take off from the weight room. That is key. You come in the weight room and you win in the weight room, you're going to win on the field.
Besides going to class, it's the most important thing you can do.